In the general election last year, the Labour Party won 411 seats, making it the largest party in the House of Commons and providing it the opportunity to form a government. Behind Labour were the Conservatives, who secured 121 seats, and behind them were the Liberal Democrats, who secured 72 seats. Now, the media reports that in fourth place was the SNP, who secured 9 seats. And while that sort of is correct, if we're being super technical about it, it kind of isn't. There's another party that secured 43 seats in the House of Commons that's hardly ever discussed. It's fully embedded in the political system, is more than 100 years old, and has representation in the House of Lords, the Scottish Parliament, local government, the London Assembly, and has elected representatives serving as police and crime commissioners and as mayors. The party we're referencing here is the Co-Operative Party. So in this video, we're going to discuss who they are, what they do, and what their role is in the current political landscape. Dive deeper into politics with our magazine, Too Long. Yes, we make a real physical magazine. In the latest issue, we discuss if Starmer just has no vision for Britain, if Farage can become Prime Minister, and ask if we're observing the end of the American order. Find out more by clicking the link in the description. Now, the Co-Operative Party advocates for an ideology known, unsurprisingly, as cooperativism. This ideology was born during the Industrial Revolution in Britain, when advances in technology were pushing more and more workers into poverty. In an attempt to change the dynamics between capital and workers, a group of workers, now known as the Rochdale Pioneers, created a new kind of shop in which they would provide affordable, high-quality goods at a fair price for their members. This was at a time when milk was often watered down, and mill owners mixed flour with sawdust to increase their profits. Membership cost £1, and initially there were 28 members. Any profit made by the shop would be paid back to their members via a patronage dividend, rather than just distributed to a small group of shareholders. As membership grew, the shop was able to provide more savings. By the end of the first year, their shop had 80 members, and by 1900 there were more than 1,400 cooperative shops around the UK. The principles of the shop essentially turned the ideals of capitalism on their head. Instead of capital employing labour, it would be the other way around. The shops worked for the betterment of their members, not for the profit of shareholders. These ideals were, in 1917, formalised in an official party, in response to the hostility of the Conservative Party towards the cooperative principles and shops. The party stood for the same principles as established in Rochdale more than half a century earlier, and advocated for the expansion of cooperative ideals into other sectors. In the 1920s, the then Chancellor Neville Chamberlain introduced a divvy tax, a tax on the dividends paid to workers. The Co-op group opposed this, and a petition amassed millions of signatures, but ultimately nothing came of this, and the divvy tax went ahead anyway. The Co-op group realised that on their own they were not strong enough to oppose the Conservatives. So, in 1927, they formed an official pact with the Labour Party. This pact has also meant that the Co-op Party has had some sway in Labour Party politics ever since the merger in 1927, including when it came to policy. For example, in the 1960s, the Labour Party introduced mutually owned cooperative housing schemes. They also introduced consumer rights legislation. Both of these came from the Co-op Party. Nowadays, things are largely the same. The Electoral Pact still exists, and in a document agreed to in 2014, the rules state that cooperative parliamentary candidates shall be nominated to and selected by constituency Labour parties under the rules of the Labour Party, but shall sign the prescribed form containing the following declaration. I accept nomination as a parliamentary candidate of the Co-Operative Party in running association with the Labour Party. If elected to Parliament, I undertake to join the Parliamentary Labour Party and to accept and to act in harmony with the standing orders of the Parliamentary Labour Party for the time being in force. Now, the Labour Party aren't the only group that the Co-op Party is affiliated with. If you live here in the UK, you'll be aware of the Co-op Shop, Co-op Funeral Care, or Co-op Bank. All of these are owned by the Co-op Group, whose roots can be traced all the way back to the shop first founded in Rochdale during the Industrial Revolution. The group adheres to co-op principles, and as such, has an ideological connection to the Co-op Party. As such, the Co-op Group funds the party, and votes each year on whether they will continue to do so. At the 2020 Annual General Meeting, 42,514 Co-op Group members voted in favour of funding the party, and around 9,000 voted against. Now, it's worth taking a second to acknowledge just how strange this is. The Co-op Party in the modern age acts as a sort of party within a party, and is funded in large part by a shop. While you don't need to be a member of the Co-op Party to join the Labour Party, you can't be a member of another party, like for instance the Conservatives, while you're a member of the Co-op Party. There are simply no other parties in the UK that function like this. Nonetheless, they make it work, and elected representatives functionally act as Labour representatives, albeit with an interest in co-op ideals. And to be fair, since being elected to government last year, the current crop of co-op MPs seem to have had a reasonable amount of influence over the Labour Party. The Labour Party manifesto launch was conducted at the Co-op headquarters in Manchester, and in the manifesto itself there was a commitment to double the size of the cooperative sector. Another good example of Co-op MPs impacting the work of the Labour Party is the recent English Devolution Bill, which was put forward by Jim McMahon, the local government and English devolution minister. McMahon is not only a Labour and Co-op MP, but he's the chair of the Co-op Party. Given his position within government, he was able to include a number of policies that adhere to co-op principles in the bill. For instance, the bill will help local people come together to buy local assets like pubs, clubs, cafes and sporting venues. This aligns with some of the Co-op Party's current stated objectives, as outlined in their manifesto last year, namely their third objective, to support and grow local ownership via strengthened localism powers. So, clearly, there's a decent co-op influence in the Labour Party right now, with last year's election delivering a historic high of 43 Labour and cooperative MPs. There are, in fact, some, such as Labour and Co-op MP Alex Norris, who think that the Co-op Party could actually be Labour's ticket out of their current electoral dilemma. Right now, Labour are behind the insurgent Reform UK party. Norris explains that the fight between Labour and Reform is for the soul of communities, and that Reform are pretending they care, but we've been doing this for a century. So we may well see the Co-op Party's profile within Labour rise over the coming months and years. It's safe to say that if you're invested in topics such as these, then you're also passionate about challenging yourself through online learning. Well, we're here to help you with that. Our sponsor this week, Brilliant, are experts at pushing your learning to the next level. That's because Brilliant is an incredibly thorough learning platform designed to be uniquely effective in how you build skills every day. Their vast library of topics, from science to AI, all feature a perfect mix of engaging problems, competitive features, and daily encouragement that keeps you motivated and on track. Brilliant helps build your critical thinking skills through problem solving, not just memorizing. So, while you're building real knowledge on specific topics, you'll also be becoming a better thinker. For example, if you're looking to build your mathematical intuition, Brilliant is the best place to go. Their newly updated maths courses focus on the most useful, applicable maths concepts, so you never feel like you're wasting your time. You'll start at the perfect level and work your way up through interactive challenges that bring abstract concepts to life. Whether you're at home or on the go, you can level up your math skills wherever you are. To start your learning journey and try Brilliant for free, visit brilliant.org/TLDR, scan the QR code on screen, or you can click the link in the description. By doing so, you'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription, and they'll know that you came from us, which really helps us out.